Ready, Mayor?
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Borough of Englewood Cliffs Caucus Agenda Meeting for the Mayor and Council. Today is November 9th, 2017. It is 6:35 p.m. Madam Clerk, can I please have a roll call?
Mayor Kranjak?
Here.
Councilperson Zaborska?
Yes.
E. Park? Here. O? Here. McMorro? Here. N. Park?
Here.
Wu?
Here.
Borough Attorney?
Present.
Superintendent DPW?
Here.
And Municipal Clerk. Everyone's present, Mayor, and I'd like to inform everyone that our tax appeal attorney, Dominic Tajani, is also present to join us in closed session.
Okay, welcome Dominic, and also Mark Neville's here from DPW. Okay. Can I have an Open Public Meetings Act statement read, please?
Adequate notice of this meeting was given to the press and posted as required. Date and time of this meeting was legally given as required by the Open Public Meetings Act. This notice is on file with the municipal clerk and posted on the bulletin board. Minutes of this meeting will be made available to the public upon the completion of typing and proofreading by the municipal clerk.
Okay, thank you. We have a lot of closed session items tonight, so I'd like a motion to go into closed session, please.
Second.
All in favor?
I moved it.
Ellen seconded it. Yeah, Ellen seconded it. Is there a statement that you need to read?
Resolution 17-190, resolution authorizing the closed session at meeting pursuant to the Open Public Meetings Act. Whereas the mayor and council of the Borough of Englewood Cliffs has deemed it necessary to go into closed session to discuss certain confidential matters. Whereas the meeting of this closed session will remain confidential as permitted under the Open Public Meetings Act, or shall be released when there is no further need for confidentiality as authorized by the Borough Attorney. Now therefore be it resolved that the Mayor and Council of the Borough of Englewood Cliffs will go into closed session for the following matters as permitted under Public Meetings Act. NJSA 10:4-12. Pending or anticipated litigation. Tax appeals, 490 Sylvan, 922 Sylvan, 429 Sylvan. New lawsuits, Ellen Park versus the Borough, Bavaro Simon versus the Borough, Michael Chaffee versus the Borough and Council members, Michael Chaffee versus the Borough. Pending lawsuits, affordable housing litigation, Bavaro Simon and Geiger, Us versus the Borough, McMorro versus Tracy, PBA versus the Borough, Chaffee versus the Borough, Telzer versus the Borough, and 15, indemnity and hold harmless agreement and contract negotiation, and deliberations after a public hearing that may result in penalties, disciplinary matter, Borough of Englewood Cliffs, and Chief Michael Chaffee, hearings from February 2017.
Okay, thank you very much. So for the public's planning purposes, this is going to take a while, so I don't want to inconvenience you it's probably going to take the better part of an hour and 20 minutes. So, you're welcome to sit here, you're welcome to go out and get dinner at the Bicycle Club.
You're treating?
Yes, of course. Take care. I don't think I'm allowed. Okay, so we're back. Can I have a motion to come out of closed session, please? Okay, guys. So we start at 6:30 with our caucus, and we're going to wrap it up now, and then take 5 minutes to set up for the regular meeting. Before we do that, we need to have a motion to table two resolutions, 201 and 204, and withdraw 206. But let's do them one at a time. So can I have a motion for tabling 201?
So moved.
Second? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Can I have a resolution to table resolution number 204? Have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And to have a resolution to withdraw resolution 206? Anybody recusing himself?
Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, it's table, but I recuse myself from there.
It's not tabled, we're withdrawing.
No, withdrawing it. Okay.
So
I
you're,
recuse
all right,
myself.
so, I can't do it all.
All right.
Okay. Councilperson Zaversa? Withdraw 206. E. Park? O.
Yes.
McMorro?
Yes.
M. Park?
Yes.
Wu?
Yes.
And we need the borough attorney to read the two resolutions that were added.
Okay. We're going to add resolution number 217 to appoint counsel for defending Carol McMorro in the matter entitled Ellen Park versus Borough, docket number BERL 6876-17. You want the attorney?
It'll be in the resolution.
That will be done as, not under an RFQ, but pursuant to local public contract law, where we can appoint under the pay-to-play, under a non-fair, non-open process.
And 218, please.
218 is authorized borough administrator to search for counsel to represent the borough, the mayor, and the borough clerk in the matter of Ellen Park versus Borough, docket number BERL 6876-17. And after her search, this doesn't have to be part of the motion, but for the public, after her search, we will need to come back to the council for appointment for the other defendants in that case.
So it was previously discussed, that we're going to separate the two advertisements.
You can ask ask your council members if they want to do that.
I would like to make a motion to, separate
Which resolution?
resolution number 202, advertisement for building department and police department. I'd like to separate them.
Conversation director.
Yeah,
Public safety first? No, it's good.
Who seconded it?
If there's a motion on the table.
Second.
Do we need a motion? Need a motion?
Well, unless you all agree,
So we'll add another we'll just add another resolution. Okay.
is the mayor?
Okay, so we will be adding resolution 219,
Mhm.
and that is to authorize the municipal clerk to advertise for a public safety director.
Anything that was not covered in the caucus agenda will be covered in the regular meeting. So that includes new business and old business as well. It's all listed there for you. Have a motion
No,
to...
you have to motion to open the public. You absolutely do. Otherwise, it's violation.
All right, so have a motion to open to the public.
second.
If anyone from the public who wishes to be heard now, you're welcome to come up, state your name and address, and speak. Or you could alternatively wait until the regular meeting, which will start in 5 minutes, and do it then. Or you're welcome to do it both times. I don't care. Is there a hand up? I'm sorry, I didn't see you.
Okay, just lower, you can turn it down.
Yeah, sure. It's just a question. Since you're
Please, and
Andrew Stiver, I live at 750 Floyd Street. My question is, if you're going to advertise the Director of Public Safety, are you going to include a salary for that position?
we usually don't, it's just a small ad in the newspaper, with a small job description, and once the applicants come in and they're interviewed, we have a salary that has not been set yet, so that still has to be set.
That's by ordinance. That will be done by ordinance at another time.
Is there anyone else? Counselor? Yes, come on up, take your name and address, please.
Karen Geiger, 270 Alfred Street. I just want to make a request that when you adjourn for the 5 minutes, when you're recouping, that you print additional agendas, because many members of the public do not have agendas, and they are lengthy and they're detailed, and it's difficult enough to follow along, and it's hard to hear, so people would like paper. Thank
I think
you.
there were 78 agendas printed, which is the seating capacity of this room.
There are many people without agendas. I'm just making a request.
I don't think we're going to have time to do that right now. Yes, sir.
Glenn Luciano, 20 Laurie Drive. I have a question. Do all Oprah requests have to be reviewed by the attorney?
Not all.
I'm sorry?
Do all Oprah requests have to, or are they reviewed by the attorney?
It's a different question. They don't have to be. Some are.
Just
Okay, I made a request for some comparative expense information over a week ago. In reality, I think that request should be filled in about 60 seconds. It's really, I mean, if you have Edmunds, you hit the button and print out a report. So I'm just not trying to understand.
Oprah is not about creating documents. It's about providing documents that were already created. So if that document exists in our records, you will get a copy of it.
Mr. Luciano, your Oprah that you put in,
Right.
Was incorrect. I
Right,
forwarded to the CFO, who
Mhm.
responded the same way to me that I was going to respond to you, that what the report you requested does not exist because we have not adopted the 2018 budget. Once I denied your request, that Oprah was filled, it was closed, it was done. You then responded and said, "You're right, I apologize, I asked for the wrong information, this is what I need." The clock started ticking, and legally, we have 7 business days. Your Oprah will be responded on or before November 14th.
The
That
correct,
information has been given to our CFO. He gathers the information on a report, and I forward it to you.
with all due respect, I'm not saying I was late. I know that you and I had an email back and forth, and I think it was last Thursday. And like I said, the report, if it's whatever accounting program you use, in all reality, it takes less than 60 seconds. I know the 7-day rule, but the 7-day rule is ridiculous if it's something that can be provided almost instantaneously.
I had a feeling you would come. Your Oprah was resubmitted to me on November 1st at 7:58 p.m. The borough was closed, so technically, it was received on November 2nd. When you add 7 business days, it comes out to November 14th, because tomorrow we are closed. You will have an answer on or before November 14th. Thank you.
Okay, so regardless, the requests are 7 days regardless of everything.
7 business days.
Okay.
You have to understand that the borough has other things that people are working on, so as things come in, they get dealt with. So you will get yours in a timely manner, but there's other work that has to be done.
I understand. My request is really not something that needs to be investigated. Like I said, it's really you go in and hit a button. So I just think to have to wait 7 days because the law says 7 days is ridiculous. No, I know, and I'm not trying to cause it. Like I said, I thought it was a very simple request. I deal with reports every single day. It's literally go in, print the expense report. You should get one if you're the finance chair every month. That shows you the expenses, the budget, where you're at, what was encumbered, what was reserved. That's a report that you should be able to make that and get it in 30 seconds. But, okay, thank you.
Here's one more, sir.
Dave DeGregorio, 165 Charlotte Place. I'd like to take this opportunity to congratulate the winning candidates on the recent election. And I'd also like to ask specifically And council people, you can answer individually if you want, but Mayor Kranjak, I'd like to know specifically in your own words, why is it necessary to have a public safety director, number one, and number two, how will the public safety director increase the quality of life of the residents in Englewood Cliffs?
Thank you for asking. That's been asked and answered, and the purpose of public session is that you get to speak and to tell us what's on your mind. You don't have the privilege or the right to ask questions, and you don't have to answer them.
I don't have the privilege
You've been answered. It's not a debate.
Well, I just asked a question. I'm just asking. So I'm just gonna, just for the record,
It's been answered.
so for the record, you refuse to answer, number one, why, and number two, how it will increase the quality of
I've
life.
spent probably 20 hours explaining to everybody why it's necessary and how it will improve and where we're going with it.
Mhm.
And you were at many of those meetings.
Oh, I was, but I would like to have the most updated
You don't
information.
have that right, and if there's anything else you want to say, you're welcome to say it.
Okay. Sure, I'll say something else.
You have another minute.
I do, okay. Do you have the hourglass turned over? Yes. Yes.
Everybody's been so patient.
It's fine,
Yeah.
just go ahead and ask your questions.
Okay, who's the mayor here? Is, I don't know, I'm a little confused.
She's the borough council president, I'm the mayor, and
Okay.
you're the guy who writes letters to the whole town with falsehoods. So go ahead, please keep speaking.
Now that you brought up the letter, it has everything to do with respect, Mr. Mayor. So,
That's not what you're there for. That's not what you're there for.
can I use my 1 minute? I'm going to, well,
You used it.
thank you. Now is a wonderful
I with her, and now you're still here.
Mayor Kranjak, I will say, with all due respect, most people have very forgiving hearts. And if there was a little regret on your part, and if there was a new beginning on your part, number one, you would be respected for expressing regret. And number two, to counsel you a little bit, it certainly would be good politically to express that and to apologize for how you've acted and for the hard time that you've been giving people in this town, residents of this town, which you have called, which you have stated there's no home for. And that's disrespectful. Thank you. Yes, I'm
So
finished.
here's the thing. Respect starts with you, Mr. Di Gregorio, and you've never shown that here. You're done. You don't get to come back. Number two, I have no regrets, okay? I have no regrets, okay? And number three, we're not here tonight to be political. When we come together in this room, we're here to do the business of the town. You guys can be political, but we have to do our job.
I would like to also know, please, why this town needs, oh, I'm sorry. Jillian Frankel, 116 Chestnut Street, Englewood Cliffs. I also would like to know, please, why this town needs a public safety director. Could you explain that to me, please?
It's been explained,
I've never been here before, so I'd appreciate it if you could tell me.
I'm happy to tell you.
Thank you.
We have what I perceive as a dysfunctional police department.
But not everybody feels like that.
That's fine, but not everybody is sitting in my shoes, in my chair, listening and seeing things that you're not seeing.
I have loved all the policemen in this town for years.
Likewise.
They have absolutely done an incredible job, and I don't understand what the problem is. So could you explain it to me?
It's been explained over 7 or 8 months. and-
Well, I have never been here before.
You know, I can't rehash 8 months' worth of meetings.
All right, so why do we need a public safety
I
director?
anticipate you.
What, no, you didn't.
Trust me, we need, okay?
Why?
Anybody else?
No, just give me an
There's
answer.
about 12 litigations that you can read and you can see for yourself. And we have people who are litigants in this room, so you're available, you can go talk to them and ask them why we have a dysfunctional senior
I
manager.
don't see this town having a
You
dysfunctional...
don't see it. You know what? Most
And you know
people
what
don't.
also? I would also like to ask how you can help, and I can help you, to get an assault ban so our police officers don't have to deal with assault weapons, and there is no more killings in this country, and how can we...
That's actually productive.
Okay, I would like to work with you on
Yeah,
that.
we should talk
Can we
about
do that at the grassroots level and do that?
I'm happy to do that.
Well, then put me down, and I'll do anything I can to help out.
Right.
And that
Just
includes helping the police
Keep in mind, though,
department.
that there's federal law that preempts...
Federal law what? For what?
No fight with Dennis. I
I'm
agree
not
with you.
fighting.
I agree with you.
Okay.
There should be something done.
Yes.
We cannot change laws that of a federal nature. However, we can...
We can start to work on it,
We
can't
can
we?
work on it. We can
Yes.
write on behalf of...
There used to be a ban, and Congress let it fall through, so we can reinstate the ban on assault weapons.
I agree with you.
Yeah,
All
okay.
right, so we agree on something. Go motion to close the public section, now to the other hand. Okay. Motion to adjourn the meeting. Second, all in favor?